Hello and welcome everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black and this is my first 15 with the open beta of NCSoft's upcoming MMO WildStar. You may recognize the name of NCSoft as the game which previously brought you games like Guild Wars, Lineage, and City of Heroes. They have a pretty storied history of delivering relatively well-received MMOs, so I'm curious to see how well this one pans out. Currently, they are hosting the 10 Days of Awesome promotion, which is essentially a free-to-play 10-day open beta period running from May 8th through the 18th, during which you may at any time log in, play, and there are also daily promotions and rewards for logging in every day during the open beta period, really meant to sell pre-orders. So I'm a little bit, I don't know, wary of how much they really seem to be pushing the pre-order for this game, as that usually to me is a sign to be cautious of, but there's something to be said for good marketing as well. I have, once again, as with all of my previous first 15s, never played a bit of this game, not even a tutorial. This is what I have seen, the placeholder space goat for my not having had any characters. Now, one thing I want to note before I move on is that right now is probably the only time that you will have access to this game on a free-to-play basis. That is because after the open beta concludes and the game fully launches, it will be on a subscription model. However, while you do still have to buy the game up front, you may not necessarily have to continue to pay a monthly subscription after your first free 30 days runs out, but I'll get to a little bit more of that in a minute. I will simply say that if you've played EVE Online, you will recognize what they're doing with the subscription model for this game. That said, let me shut up for a bit and start creating a new character so that things get a little more interesting. I'm assuming these are going to be factions, races, squirrel people, and even though that looks a little bit more like a, I don't know, space koala mixed with Jabba the Hutt's little minion buddy. Okay, let's see. Faction information. The Dominion is a powerful interstellar empire that considers Nexus its rightful legacy and will conquer it at all costs. I can speak. The Chua are a race of mischievous, highly intelligent inventors that develop weapons and technology for the Dominion. Alright, I will not read all of that. Let's see. Aha! Here's the overall faction. Exiles. Exiles are a gutsy group of refugees, rebels, and mercenaries that have come to Nexus to make a new home. I'm assuming Nexus is the planet which this takes place on. What do you think? Should I be a member of the Dominion or an exile? I like to root for the underdog. I'll be an exile. Why not? Okay, how's about humans? Alright, so we can be male or female. Auren, what are these? Wow, okay, so kind of little furry characters. Looks kind of cool, though. It reminds me a little bit of the, I forget the name of the race, but the Playboy Bunnies from Final Fantasy XII. Viera, that's what they were called. Granok, yes, that's what I thought. The big, wow, love that big Russian beard. Oh yeah, either that or Scottish. They are a boisterous race of battle-tested, hard-drinking mercenaries. I could believe it. What about the Murdesh? Okay, so more or less space elves. Got it. Armed with forbidden knowledge of science and alchemy, they are brilliant scientists and deadly spies. Alrighty then. What to play? I do believe I will be boring for once. I will be a human. What else have I in terms of options? Warrior. These are the classes. Warrior, Engineer, Esper, Medic, Stalker, or Spellslinger. What is Stalker? I already have my own Stalker mode. The Stalker class strikes ferociously with his claws, using advanced stealth technology to deal multiple blows to his enemies. So, more or less Wolverine with a Metal Gear Solid active stealth mechanic. Interesting. What about basic Warrior? Unstoppable Juggernaut, destroying his enemies with a combination of brute force and deadly weaponry. Also cool. Engineer. Utilizes a technological mastery to craft the right tool for any situation, most notably ones where heavy firepower is a necessity. What about Esper? They are the masters of illusion, attacking their enemies with powerful psychic weapons and projecting inspiring visions to heal their friends and allies. Or friend and allies, I do believe that is a typo. Combat with an Esper is a deadly phantasmal dance that torments enemies with their darkest fears before pushing them over the edge of madness. Madness. This is WildStar! I don't know. Should I play this? I don't know. Well, what about Medic? Medics thrive when submersed in battle, healing those that fight the... Okay, so yeah, really self-explanatory. How's about Spellslinger? steely-eyed gun for hire using deadly precision and acrobatic agility to put his enemies in the ground. With a lethal combination of hair trigger pistols and powerful magic, the Spellslinger is a dangerous foe. I like the sound of that, and I have lingered here too long. Alright, what is path? I don't know. Wild Frontier is the perfect place for an explorer. Often traveling to the most dangerous places on Nexus, explorers claim territory for their faction by finding hidden paths, exploring secret caves, and climbing in the tallest mountains. Okay, that doesn't really tell me much of anything. Soldier tackles heavy combat missions, gaining access to special weaponry and objectives as he fights across Nexus. Alright, that's actually rather informative. Often battling waves of enemies, soldiers will use every tool at their disposal to hack and slash their way to victory. Sounds like fun. How about Settler? The Settler's mission is to tame the wilds of planet Nexus, collecting resources to construct beneficial improvements for the community at large. Bravely facing the danger of an alien planet for the greater good, settlers are sure to earn adoration of their companions as they adventure across Nexus. Okie dokie. How's about Scientist? It's to study exotic flora, dangerous fauna, ancient technology, utilizing powerful, upgradable scan bot to scan creatures and uncover lore. The scientist is living proof that knowledge is power. I do believe I will simply go for soldier. I'm gonna be really vanilla, but I'm going to be a badass. So, can I customize? Ooh, there we go. Alrighty then. I was hoping to have a real face gen, or rather care gen, seeing as there do appear to be body sliders as well. Are these sliders or are these presets? No, these are presets. That's okay though. Let's see, I do believe I will construct my character as I've usually done with most MMOs and then give you guys the highlights after I wrap that. Alright, I do believe this is acceptable for my character, so the quick rundown of the character generation is actually rather impressive. You can choose from a number of facial presets in this top tab here, then come down to Customize Face and utilize a rather impressive variety of sliders to further customize the face as you see fit. It's not quite as fleshed out as, say, some other games that I've recently played, like the Saints Row series, or other MMOs, the likes of APB Reloaded, or EVE Online, but even still, anytime I'm not simply saddled with a number of presets to choose from, and I actually get to play with sliders in an online game, that's a welcome amount of character customization for me. Almost stumbled over the word customization. You guys know how articulate I am. Other than that, we have a small smattering of skin tones. I might like to see a few more of those, seeing as I couldn't really find a happy medium between truly just pasty white and getting at least a little bit of sun on me without going very, very dark. So there isn't really much of a middle of the road there, which is what I was wanting to find. But this will do for now. As far as hair colors, again, acceptable variety. You've more or less got the full gamut between white, black, with various other colors in between. I think this will do for me. Eye colors, there's actually a fair amount of variety here, ranging from red, blue, green. I believe violet was in there. Yes, there's that. So I will settle for a nice mahogany. Facial hairstyles, there's a few of these. I couldn't find like a 5 o'clock shadow, which is what I usually like to do, and just looking totally clean-shaven. Not my style. So instead, rather than rocking the amazing Parks and Rec mustache, or the big giant dwarven beard, I shall instead go for the well-manicured sort of look, even though I'm a few days behind myself. But oh well! Hairstyle-wise, you could be Heihachi, if you so desire. You could also be Vegeta, or, where was it? Paul Phoenix! Which, I don't know. Both of those. Either way. There's a fair amount of hair variety, so I would imagine that these are probably, seeing as I haven't really looked, but educated guess, going to be semi-unique to each race. So that amount of variety with that many races is pretty good. Body types, there are a number of presets, unfortunately no sliders. So zooming out, it looks like they're all variations on whether or not you're really buff or stocky in different zones. Like this one, to me, is the most ridiculous looking, is you're just totally twiggy from the hips down, but a beast in the upper body. So it comes off looking a little bit redonkulous. So I'm just gonna go with the rather average looking body up here in the top left, and accept, and see what I can do. Alright, is that... what do I do now? Oh yes, let's enter a name. Well, seeing as I am a gunman, I shall go with my usual ranged character name, and create. Let's see how this rolls. Oh, I like that loading screen, that's pretty cool looking.
I'm sorry, sir. Our last jump to the Nexus system overloaded the reactor in that section. This ship is more than 3 centuries old.
Just find that cryopod. She's gotta be there. C.R.E.D. Brightland.
I know the name, Mr. Brightland.
Just call me Deadeye. Now quit arguing. Get my wife out of cryo.
Internal sensors are out. Ship's records are unreliable at best. Wait, I think I found it. Functioning pod. Firing up the retrieval system. Magnetic clamps released.
Lucky for you, found her. Hey, be careful.
Sorry. Hydraulics are leaking. Hold on. Damn. Records were wrong. This isn't her. She's in a different silo.
Fine. Then whoever you just woke up is gonna help me track her down.
Reanimation nearly complete. All vitals look solid.
Good. We're gonna need every able-bodied exile we've got.
Interesting. I'm getting a bit of a sort of pseudo-Titan AE vibe from this in both its presentation and its narrative. Like the art style, it was interesting to play around with face and character gen, given that this is using almost WoW-like exaggerated proportions. So playing around with character gen with that art style was interesting. Plus the whole waking up from pods and everything, it just feels like this was supposed to be a rather organized and well-executed planetary not infiltration, settlement, why was I saying infiltration, that has somehow gone horribly, horribly awry. Anyway, let's see here. Movement. WASD to move, try holding down right mouse button while you move to turn a bit faster. It helps to be quick on your toes. Alrighty then, got it, thank you. So I assume Deadeye here is the one I want to talk to. You and your creepy space coyote. Okie dokie. Have I mentioned I hate coyotes?
I wanted to ask for help, but I got no damn choice.
Alrighty then. You who look like the main character from that weird Western vampire game back in the PS2 era, whose name escapes me but is better left forgotten. Let's see here. Sorry to bring you out of cryo like that, but I ain't got much choice. The world's on fire and I need your help something fierce. I don't want to set the world on fire. My wife's stuck in one of these cryopods. The power's failing and I need your help if I'm gonna find her and get out of here before it's too late. I'm sorry, sir. I ain't as pretty as your wife. I'll help you find her. Why not?
You get this done.
Okay. We gotta reset the main power generator first, and he ran off before I could finish reading. Okay. Meet the quest tracker, the best friend an adventurer could hope to have. Okay. So, I guess that's just what this is down here in the bottom right. So, where do I go? I assume I just follow him. Right? Right? Yes. Okay. You activate the console on the right, I'll take care of the one on the left. Okie dokie. Press F to activate. Okie dokie. There we are. You can target NPCs and objects with left mouse if it has an icon above it. Try... yeah, I don't know.
Sadie, can you hear me? Everything's gonna be okay.
I'm guessing by the fade to black that everything is not, in fact, going to be okay. Alright, got it. Thank you, Mr. Tutorial. Let's see. Where'd he go? There we are. Sadie, can you hear me? I'm on my way, darling. Sadie, get out of there before it's too late. Alright, watch out for hostile telegraphs. I think I just threaded the needle on all of those. Yay! Good for me. Alright, what's going on, man? I can right-click him. Press F. Nothing is happening. Oh, should I be messing with this? Activate cryo controls. There we go. Open the cryopod.
She ain't looking too good. She's got the cryo sickness. We need to get her to medbay, and fast.
Alrighty then. How do we do that? Sadie looks fine, but she ain't waking up. Something ain't right. We gotta get her to the med bay. Why are his spoken lines and his text lines not the same? Incongruous dialogue like that is a pet peeve of mine. It just smacks of poor coordination on the part of the writers and the voice actors. I don't like to throw mud, but that's just what it tells me. Let's see. Hold shift while running to sprint. Yay! Alright, let's go then. Up the elevator we go.
Be there soon. Gotta admit, friend, I'm surprised we made it this far. Us exiles, we've been on the run from the Dominion for a long time. This old ship's on her last leg. Strange to think that we might just finally get a new home. I wouldn't exactly call myself personable, but I feel like if we all just stick together, we might just be okay. And I ain't above shooting anyone who thinks different. It looks like we're here. I'm obliged for your help, friend. Glad I didn't kill you.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad of that too. Now can I please stop spawning inside of Miss Giant Blue-Haired Lady's ass? That would be great. Please don't block the passageway. Okay, what's up? You're motioning for me. Hello, Rock Guile. How are you today? Sickies to my left, livestock to my right. Okay, apparently I can't do anything with you, even though you're waving for me. So now where do I go? I'm not sure. I believe I will follow the big flashy things. You people don't look so good. Oh, he's puking. Bad times for him. Okay. Ah, I see. Alright, let's see here. Okay, stop that. The icons hovering over some characters and objects in the game show how you can interact with them. The icons above are related to receiving and turning in quests. So, new quest in progress, ready for turn in. Next. These icons highlight characters you can talk with or objects you can interact with to complete quest objectives. Got it? Ooh, I can turn something in with this guy. Alrighty then.
I await your words with bated breath.
Well, hi there. You look kind of creepy, sir. Will you prove an able body in this tempest of turmoil? I can read, I promise. Time will tell. Again with the incongruous dialogue. Cryo-crisis. This woman is suffering from acute cryo-sickness. Given that she appears to be with child, she is in dire straits indeed. Oh, great. There's a baby in the whole thing. That's magnificent. Can you do anything for her?
Your work is not yet finished.
That's not what your dialogue says. I will require a specific serum to treat her, but procuring it will take some doing. Okay. To cure C.R.E.D.'s sickness, you must collect medicine from malfunctioning medbots. Guards have confined these constructs to the connecting chamber. What is cryosickness? Cryogenics are a delicate process. When a frozen subject is prematurely exposed to elevated temperatures, the results can be liquefying. Oh, that's magnificent! Wake up early and you start to melt. Okay. Are you a doctor? In short, yes. You may say that my actions have saved and condemned more souls than you shall ever know in your lamentably short lifetime. Great! You're one of the space elves, aren't you? What's that supposed to mean? It is a story for another day. For now, Mrs. Brightland's life is suspended by a thread and you are her only hope. Really? Did a small robot tell you so? I'll collect the serum.
Die well.
I would prefer not to.
Somewhere I can find your corpse. Thank you.
I would really prefer not to, because I don't trust you not to do horrible, unspeakable things to my corpse. Okay, so where do I find these malfunctioning medbot things? It said it was in an adjoining thing. Yeah, that looks like them down there. Okay, how do I get in there then? Can I just phase through this? No. Okay. Talk to Sergeant Kara to receive a weapon. Right! Right! Weaponry! So that I'm not beating a robot to death with my bare hands. That might be a little bit useful. You there! You would be Sergeant Kara. Ooh, you look cool. You look a little bit like a Warhammer character. Okie dokie then. Right click on my inventory. Where is my inventory? Right click my new weapon in my inventory. How do I just press I like most games? Yes, okay, cool. Right click it. Now I have guns. Very cool. By the way, I mentioned in the beginning of this episode that should you enjoy this game, you may not necessarily be required to pay its monthly subscription fee. How is that? Well, NCSoft are taking a page out of CCP's book and including a function that EVE Online players will recognize as very similar to the Plex system, the pilot license extension from that game. The WildStar version is more or less just called C.R.E.D. That means that you can actually buy in-game items, which I assume are going to be astronomically expensive, but reasonably attainable if you shovel enough hours into the pursuit of acquiring them, which actually grant you 30 days worth of in-game playtime. So that if you're a dedicated and probably skilled player, you can actually play your way through your subscription such that you do not have to pay for it. You can probably also play the auction house or the market or however the in-game economy for WildStar works to also buy or trade these and presumably make a great deal of money that way. So that, I figured, was worth noting before I completely forgot and I resume robot hunting for those of you who may be very interested in this. So I'm assuming right-clicking is to... Whoa, okay, that went well. What is that? Can I grab that? Okay, V is to pick up. Alrighty then. How about you? You look goofy. I want you to die now. Owie, owie. Okay, what do my abilities do? Let's press number 1. Number 1. I'm not sure what that did. What is that anyway? Quick draw. 1 second channel, no cooldown. Deal 14 physical damage to 5 foes every 1/3 of a second. Spell Surge, the damage increases to 34. Wow, okay, that's kind of cool. I have no idea how the skill tree in this game works, and I will very likely be conducting follow-ups to this throughout the week, seeing as this may well be the only time that I ever actually get a chance to play this game, since right now I cannot afford any additional subscription games other than EVE Online. Oh, I get it. I've got to continually press quick draw because it doesn't auto-attack. And thankfully neither does the robot. So, ow, never mind. It just only does it every once in a while. Okie dokie. That's a cool little holster animation. So I think after I kill these remaining robots, I think I'll wrap this episode, and I'll simply tell you all to keep an eye on the channel for rounds 2, 3, and maybe even more than that of WildStar, seeing as I'm curious about this game. I've been on the fence with several of NCSoft's former outings into the MMO genre, and this one is shaping up to be rather interesting, and I've heard others who've gotten a bit farther into the beta call it a refreshing departure from the usual MMO tropes and features, which to me is a rather good thing, because I'm as tired as anybody of the usual run-of-the-mill MMO gameplay. So, oh, I get it. I can actually hit multiple people this way, even though now I've just aggroed half a room. That may or may not have actually been a good decision. Alright, what does R do? That's... Uh-oh, hang on. Right after I destroy this robot. Let's do it. There we go. Alright. Did any of you drop loot? I don't think any of them dropped loot. Okay. Where's my health, anyway? I have no idea. Oh, wait. That's my health. Right there. I'm not doing so well. But it regens over time, so that's good. Okay. Now, what does R do? Spell Surge requires a 25 spell power to activate. It has a 1 second cooldown. While it is active, your assault and support abilities receive a surge bonus. Okay, so I probably should have been doing that the whole time to really get the most out of my quick draw ability. Okay. Well, this is how we learn. Okay, well, since it seems like there is a slight grind to actually getting all of these, unless I've already gotten them all, which I don't think I have. Have I? I don't know. Let me check with the big, tall, scary scientist dude and see if I can actually turn the quest in. Can I?
You have news?
No. Okay, well, in any case, I'm going to leave this episode here because there's really, as with most MMOs, no real way to get any amount of holistic first impressions out there short of playing it for a while. So it's caught my attention enough for me to want to continue playing, which is the real purpose for the first 15 series here, and that's a good thing. So in this regard, at least WildStar has succeeded. So thank you all for joining me here at Last Level Press for the first 15 of NCSoft's WildStar Open Beta. Once again, if you are intrigued by this game, if you've been following its development and you just haven't caught wind of the fact that it is released into their 10 Days of Awesome promotion. Go and download it right now if you want to give it a try and find out whether or not it is worth your time and or your money. So, anyway, I'm Mr. Black here at Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed. Who's the white guy? Needs a bullet to the brain. Trying to get you. An offer you can't refuse. That offer is lead in your skull, right in your face hole. Oh god. Uh-oh. Nope, I made the big man angry.